Good morning. Oh, come on now. Good morning. Here we go. Here we go. I'm Tiffany Bohe with Mercy Housing California. On behalf of all of our partners and collaborators at the San Francisco Housing Accelerator Fund, the city, the state, and our many collaborators, it's truly an honor to welcome you to the grand opening of 1633 Valencia. Thank you all for joining us today to celebrate these new homes, the residents who bring them to life, and the partnerships expanding access to affordable housing right here in San Francisco. I'd like to start with a little bit of an origin story of how this community came to be. 1633 Valencia reflects both the history of the Mission neighborhood and the spirit of this community. This site previously stood as an underutilized piece of land at the intersection of three incredibly vibrant corridors: Cesar Chavez, Mission Street, Valencia Street. There were vacant buildings and a parking lot really in the heart of a neighborhood. It's surrounded by transit, parks, small business, cultural anchors, and it was really clear this site could be something far more meaningful and special. A place that both celebrates the resilience of this community and responds to the pressing challenges of rising housing costs and the rapid displacement of seniors from the neighborhood. In 2020, Sequoia Living identified this parcel to build affordable senior housing and recognized that this 1 acre site exceeded their needs. So they invited Mercy Housing to purchase and develop the remaining portion, and with a strategic financial partnership from the San Francisco Housing Accelerator Fund, or HAF, an opportunity for innovation emerged to deliver high quality, supportive housing for seniors experiencing or at risk of homelessness at the urgency and scale that this moment demands. It's a bold goal and one that the entire team was ready to meet. Together, we set out to really change the status quo, because today in the Bay Area, an affordable housing development can take close to nearly a decade to deliver and cost sometimes nearly $1 million per home. With our trusted collaborators from the HAF, David Baker Architects, and Cahill Contractors, we developed a plan grounded in lessons from earlier successes with the Tohonon Supportive Housing Community in Soma, delivered by this very same team in under 3 years and for less than $400,000 per home in 2021. You could clap for that. Thank you. 1633 Valencia really advanced and pushed that model through upfront financing, design, build, delivery, and replicable design. The result is that 1633 Valencia was completed in just 28 months, from project entitlement to construction completion, about 30% faster. Yes, that's worth a yip. And a fraction of the average cost, about $520,000 per door. This community is a powerful example of what's possible when innovation and partnership really come together with purpose. And today, we do see the concrete results of that effort. A thoughtfully designed community of 145 affordable studio homes for seniors aged 55 and older who've experienced homelessness or at risk of being homeless. It sets the standard not only for speed of delivery and cost efficiency, but for quality and resident-centered design, with all-electric systems, spaces for supportive services, indoor and outdoor community gathering centers. This was designed by Fletcher Studios, thank you. And public art by Presida Eyes muralists, not required, but important to do, including the restoration of the historic Chevy mural behind you, preserving a piece of the neighborhood's cultural identity. All of these design elements really come together to serve this housing community, creating a platform to support resident stability and opportunity long after they move in. Working hand in hand with our property management team, our partners at Felton Institute are providing essential resident services, ensuring that residents have the support that they need to thrive. And this location, rooted in the mission, connects residents to transit, services, community, and culture. I do want to take a moment to acknowledge Mission Action Access Point and the Latino Task Force of San Francisco. They're also tabling over here with Spanish language translation services, so please, my apologies, please do seek them if you need assistance. These community leaders saw the need for this development and advocated for its success. Thank you to the team at Latino Task Force, Tracy Gallardo, Yvonne Corrado Vega, and to the Mission Action team, Laura Valdez, Saul Hidalgo, Renee Penton, and a number of folks from Mission Action are actually right here today celebrating with us. I want to give them their flowers. Jamie Torres, Jacqueline Portillo, Patricia Torres, Alejandro Nuno. Thank you all for your incredible service to this neighborhood. Every element of 1633 Valencia reflects a shared commitment to doing things differently and delivering better outcomes for the people that we serve, the residents. Today, 1633 Valencia is 97% occupied. That means just 5 homes are left out of the 140. This would not have been possible without the support of the city's Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing, or HSH. The partnership with HSH has been essential to the success of 1633 Valencia. Their partnership and investment, including more than $41 million through the Health and Recovery General Obligation Bond, provided critical financing needed to bring this project to life. But certainly beyond funding, HSH helped shape how residents really access these homes. This project reflects a first of its kind resident referral pilot developed in partnership with HSH. Through a truly thoughtful approach, the HSH team worked with us to connect seniors through both the city's Housing Ladder program and Mission Access, ensuring residents could move into stable housing while remaining rooted in their neighborhood. The Housing Ladder program creates true mobility within the housing system, supporting residents in city-funded permanent supportive housing who no longer need intensive services to transition into more independent living. The Mission Access Point serves as a neighborhood entry to the city's coordinated entry system, really connecting individuals to housing, services, and resources in a way that's truly accessible and community-centered. This pilot program seeks to center the need for culturally specific and age-tailored supportive housing services within new permanent supportive housing communities. And at 1633 Valencia, that wind is really whipping. You can see that approach in action. Residents are connected through both pathways. About half are coming through the Housing Ladder program and half through the Mission Action Access Point. Say that 5 times. Together, these approaches support resident stability, expand choice, and strengthen the housing system as a whole. This kind of partnership ensures that developments like this are not only built, but that they truly serve the people they're intended to support. So with that, I'm thrilled to introduce a leader who has helped drive this work forward. Shireen McSpadden is the Executive Director of the Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing for the City and County of San Francisco. With more than 30 years of dedicated service to seniors and people with disabilities across both nonprofit and public sectors, Shireen brings deep expertise and a strong commitment to the communities she serves. As she prepares to retire at the end of this month, I'd like to take a moment to pause and recognize the extraordinary impact of her leadership. Under her guidance, HSH has advanced innovative strategies, strengthened partnerships, and helped shape a more responsive and humane system of care for thousands of San Francisco's most vulnerable residents. Her influence extends beyond the city, including her work helping to shape California's master plan for aging as a member of the governor's stakeholder committee, advancing systems that support older adults and people with disabilities, really statewide. Shireen, that's you. We are deeply grateful for your leadership and your partnership throughout your tenure at HSH. It's an honor to celebrate 1633 Valencia with you today, a fitting community to help mark your legacy of impact. Please join me in welcoming Shireen McSpadden.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. This really is a delight. I am so excited to be here today, really because, as Tiffany said, I spent 30 years of my career working to serve older adults in San Francisco, and the last 5 years kind of working with people experiencing homelessness. And it's really wonderful to be able to bring those things together in this amazing building that is 1633 Valencia. Doug Shoemaker, who was a former CEO of Mercy, I remember when you called me and got on the phone really quickly with Rebecca Foster from the Housing Accelerator Fund, and we started talking about making this building a building for older adults and really partnering with the community to make sure that people from the community who are aging in place and struggling to remain in San Francisco would be able to live here. I mean, I think we all know, or many of us know anyway, that the stats about older people becoming homeless after the age of 50 are really, really sobering. Unfortunately, you know, it's a very expensive place to live here in San Francisco and California more largely. And so we often see people losing their housing because they can't pay for everything. They can't pay for their medications at the same time that they can pay for housing, or they lose a job, or they lose a loved one who is helping contribute to the family. And so this is a really exciting opening today. I can't believe it's 97% occupied already. That's so cool. And I just really want to thank all of the partners, Mission Action, Mercy Housing, Housing Accelerator Fund, our Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing and MoCD, and Felton Institute. And I know that you listed a bunch of other people who've contributed in other ways. And I'm just delighted to be here. And to me, this is a wonderful way to end my career with San Francisco, the city and county of San Francisco. Truly a delight. And I live very close by, and so I'll be walking by here frequently and seeing how it goes. So thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Shireen. A theme you'll hear throughout today's program is that delivering an innovative project like 1633 Valencia requires not just vision, but new tools and new ways of working together. The San Francisco Housing Accelerator Fund, or HAF, has been central to making that possible. In partnership with the Tipping Point community, HAF set out to demonstrate that permanent supportive housing could be delivered in less than 3 years at a significantly lower cost without compromising quality. That vision, as you heard, first took shape at Tahanan in the South of Market neighborhood, another supportive housing community. And with 1633 Valencia, HAF carried that same ambition forward with us. We seized the opportunity to replicate and scale what works. They deepened their commitment for this project through the Bay Area Housing Innovation Fund, a first of its kind public-private partnership, and Rebecca will talk certainly about that. HAF's early, flexible investment truly set this project apart. It gave us the certainty to move faster, think bigger, and take on approaches that are often out of reach in affordable housing. Because of that, we were able to use what's called progressive design build. We advanced design and engineering in a coordinated way, bringing on those teams early. brought on a design builder, Cahill Contractors. Thank you. I know you all are here today from the outset. And with these strategies, we eliminated months, if not years, in the process. That unlocked a whole suite of innovations, from progressive design build delivery to standardized replicable design, faster pre-development permitting, a more integrated construction approach that reduced cost and risk. Because of HAF's financial partnership and the remarkable time and cost efficiencies that this model created, we were able to deliver these homes quickly to seniors who needed them most. Building faster isn't just about efficiency, it's about changing lives. We are deeply grateful for HAF's partnership and for how this model is redefining what's possible for affordable, supportive housing in San Francisco and beyond. It's now my privilege to introduce a leader who's been at the helm of the work since the very beginning. Rebecca Foster is the founding CEO of the San Francisco Housing Accelerator Fund, a public-private partnership bringing powerful tools to affordable housing delivery. Really, no one in the CDFI space is doing what HAF does. Since 2017, HAF has invested over $300 million, supporting more than 1,500 permanent supportive homes for over 2,600 residents vulnerable to displacement and homelessness. Please join me in welcoming Rebecca Foster.
There are a lot of chairs here. If anybody wants to walk up while I'm talking, go for it. Okay, the wind. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Tiffany. It is wonderful to be here celebrating 1633 Valencia and the 140 plus residents like Nestor who are already calling this beautiful place home. As Tiffany said, a few years ago, many of us stood together at another ribbon cutting at Tehanan Supportive Housing at 833 Bryant Street. Senator Wiener was there. Many of the same partners were there, the Schwab team, Tipping Point, many of you. And Daniel, who's not here yet, I'm calling him Daniel, before he became Mayor Lurie, also there, helping to celebrate what felt at the time like a breakthrough. Together, through the heart of the pandemic, we had done something really hard and full of many firsts, modular, SB 35. And we had done all of those things in order to show that affordable housing could be built way faster and at a significantly lower cost than what many people thought was possible. And though my younger self believed that showing it was possible would make it the new way things got done, building one successful project is very different from changing a system. The harder work was figuring out how to take the lessons and levers that got us to that 40% cost and time savings and scale them. I've been thinking a lot about simplicity. Not the simplicity that comes from ignoring complexity, but the simplicity that comes after you've wrestled with it. It doesn't mean easy. It means deciding what matters most, getting people housed faster, and organizing everything else around that goal. Over time, we've created systems where complexity has become the norm, when every project requires insanely complicated capital stacks, a multitude of funding rounds, and layers of requirements. Of course, we don't meet target closing dates or have any bandwidth left to innovate. We cannot let the weight of the system override the sense of urgency I know we all here feel in addressing the most fundamental challenge we face in the Bay Area: massively scaling affordable housing solutions. Because every year we spend waiting, and every extra dollar spent has real life consequences. For the 145 older adults who live and will live here, a year is not a project schedule. It's a year of stability, safety, and being home in this awesome mission community many of these residents helped build. At the Housing Accelerator Fund, we know capital is a powerful lever for change, and we believe it should be clearly and closely tied to our priorities. If our priorities are housing people faster to set them up for stability in their communities and opportunity, lowering costs so we can build more homes with the resources we have while creating great jobs in the process, then our financing system should reinforce those key goals. Between Tahannon and 1633 here, that's exactly what our team, Mercy, the city, and our investors rolled up our sleeves to do. We simplified the capital stack, and we were clear about where innovation creates value and where proven solutions should be replicated. Together, we are aligning capital with our priorities instead of forcing projects to conform to unnecessary complexity. This clarity and partnership creates the conditions our partners like Mercy, Cahill, David Baker need to innovate and deliver on what they do best. And because this capital will be repaid and recycled, we can continue to create more housing with it. And 19 months from when we were here at the groundbreaking, the team has now delivered 145 homes for formerly homeless seniors at $525,000 per home, nearly $300,000 less per unit than comparable developments. Building these homes faster means 145 seniors get home sooner, and by realizing $44 million in savings, that is another building. That's dozens of additional homes for many others still in need. And that is why this project matters beyond this corner of Cesar Chavez and Valencia. This isn't a one-off success story, it's a model. Just last week, we broke ground on another Bay Area Housing Innovation Fund project in San Jose, and we have another completing construction in Santa Cruz this summer. More projects are moving through the pipeline, and we're all continuing to learn project by project how to make these outcomes more repeatable. A few years ago at Tahannon, we proved that this approach could work. Today, standing here at 1633 Valencia, we've proven it can scale. We know affordable housing doesn't need to take a decade. Together, we can, we must, and we are making faster and for less the new normal. And every time we wrestle together to simplify what stands between capital and housing, we create room for another neighbor to come home. I want to thank the Mercy team, MoCD, HSH, Shireen, Supervisors Ronan and Fielder, Mayor Lurie, our Housing Innovation Fund and Home for Good Fund investors, Sequoia Living, our service and community partners, Felton and Mission Action, and my incredible colleagues at the HAF who helped bring this vision to life. And most importantly, congratulations to the new future residents of 1633 Valencia. Thank you.
I don't know about you, but I'm fired up. Thanks, Rebecca. All right, well, I'm not going to call him by his first name. This project would not have been possible without strong leadership and collaboration at every level. We're especially grateful for the state of California for advancing policies that make developments like this possible. There's no one in the state legislature that's done more for housing than this individual. 1633 Valencia was entitled under Senate Bill 35, which was championed and authored by State Senator Scott Wiener. This is a landmark law that continues to streamline approvals and accelerate the delivery of affordable housing across our entire state. Throughout his career, Senator Scott Wiener has been a tireless champion of this work, advocating for removing barriers, expanding access to health and housing, helping communities across California thrive. Please join me in welcoming State Senator Scott Wiener.
Thank you, Tiffany. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Mercy Housing to the Housing Accelerator Fund, to all of the organizations that work hand in glove every day for the very basic proposition that people should be able to have access to housing, and that's what this is about. And this project in particular it's beautiful to me for a number of reasons, but one is that it really combines so many of the things that we need to do. We need faster and more predictable permitting so that it takes months instead of years for projects to be able to get their permits. We need to make the funding available and have public-private partnerships where we have private money, public money, everything together to get this housing funded. And then we need to modernize how we build housing and be willing to use new technologies and new techniques. And this project does all of the above: fast permitting, creative funding, and new technology. And so that's what we need to solve this massive housing crisis, this housing shortage that's been generated over 50 years, and that we are trying as hard as we can to dig ourselves out of as quickly as we can. And as was mentioned, this project received its permit under Senate Bill 35, which was the first bill that I introduced as a brand new state senator on December 5th, 2016, when I was sworn into office. And just to really demonstrate how things have changed so dramatically over the last decade, when I introduced that bill, all it does is say, let's make permitting predictable. That we set the rules ahead of time, the height, the density, etc. And if you meet the rules, you get your permits. No politics, no political mosh pit, no years and years, and then it gets chopped in half or killed. You just get it quickly. It's also known as good government. And we introduced that bill, and we were told there's no way this bill will ever pass. This is impossible. It's not how we do things in California. And we said, you know what? How we've been doing things in California for housing doesn't work. It's driven the car into the ditch. It's pushed people into poverty, into homelessness. It's given us a teacher shortage. It has put kids into homeless shelters so that 5% of the kids in San Francisco Unified wake up not in stable housing every day. And we need to do things differently. So we got that passed. It has led to nearly 5,000 below market rate affordable homes built in the city of San Francisco. And now we add 145 more, and more are in the pipeline. So anyone who says government can't get it right on housing, they're wrong. If we have the political will, we will get it right. I want to close just by saying we talk a lot in housing about technical stuff. SB this, AB that, CEQA, discretionary review, permits, conditional use, zoning, all these technical words. Technical, that's how we write the law. That's how we do our government process. But fundamentally, when it comes to housing, it's about people, and we always need to center people. And so here we have our lowest income seniors who have their lives, who have helped build this community and deserve to be able to age with dignity. And that's what this beautiful project is about. So when we talk about housing, when we fight about housing, let's always remember it's about people, it's about San Franciscans. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator Wiener. I do want to acknowledge and double down to show appreciation for former Supervisor Hillary Ronan, as well as District Supervisor Jackie Fielder, a strong supporter of 1633 Valencia. Although the supervisor could not join us today, Jennifer Ferrigno, I know you're here. There you are. Thank you so much for your office's support and for supporting this community. Senator Wiener has said the city of San Francisco has been such a vital partner in bringing 1633 Valencia to this moment, to life. Through the Mayor's Office of Housing and Community Development, thank you, Dan Adams, Lydia Ely, the city provided critical financial support, including critical funding through the local operating subsidy program and key funding in partnership with the Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing, helping make this unique structure of this development possible. Just as importantly, the city's leadership continues to advance policies, programs, and cross-agency collaboration needed to deliver housing at the scale and speed that this moment demands. We're deeply grateful for their shared commitment to a future where all San Franciscans have access to safe and stable, affordable housing. It's my privilege to introduce a leader whose deep roots in this city and long-standing dedication to public service continues to shape this work. We've all witnessed his steadfast and enduring commitment to improving the lives of all San Franciscans each and every day. Please join me in welcoming the mayor.
So I just said to the state senator, he was talking about SB 35, and the very first project, Rebecca Foster, was 833 Bryant Street. We've made some strides, State Senator. We have made some strides. We still have work to do, but not long ago, the space we are standing in was just a parking lot. Where there was once asphalt and empty parking spaces, there's now a 6-story home building filled with homes, services, and community. What used to sit largely as an unused community, build connections with their neighbors, and really they need to thrive. That is the heart of this project, because for too many, and we all know this, for far too many people, San Francisco has become a city out of reach. For years, our city has not built enough housing, and that has been felt by our seniors, people who spent decades contributing to this community and who deserve stability, dignity, and care. That's why I'm proud to be here to open 145 units of supportive housing for San Franciscans who are 55 and older. That means 145 seniors who have experienced homelessness will now have a safe place to call home. They will have access to services, community spaces, support, and the stability that every person deserves. Projects like 1633 Valencia show what is possible when we challenge ourselves to do things differently. This building was made possible through a strong public-private partnership that brought together nonprofit leaders, philanthropy, private financing, and government to deliver results for San Francisco. Our city has one of the largest permanent supportive housing systems in the country. And that investment has made a real difference. But we have also learned something, and that is that simply placing someone in housing and then leaving them to manage alone is not enough. For many of the seniors moving into this building, homelessness didn't happen in isolation. It happened alongside struggles with mental health, with substance abuse, with the kind of compounding crises that a roof alone cannot solve. If we want supportive housing to actually work, to produce real stability, real health, real quality of life, then we have to wrap the right services around people. That means on-site access to behavioral health care, managing addiction and mental health challenges with the same seriousness we'd bring to any other medical condition, providing case managers who know the residents by name and can see, yes, go for it, and can see when someone is struggling before a crisis hits, and treating the whole person, not just the housing need. We are working to build that system where the care follows the person, where housing is paired with health, and where we measure success not just by whether someone has a unit, but by whether their life is actually getting better. I see so many friends out here who have worked so hard, and I know you all know that there is more to do, and I appreciate your hard work and dedication to getting this project over the finish line. The community represented here today, here has just been incredible. So I want to congratulate everyone who made 1633 Valencia possible, and most importantly to its future residents. Welcome home. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. We know that delivering housing is only part of the solution. And as the mayor said, ensuring residents have the support that they need to thrive after moving in is just as essential. That's why our partnership with the Felton Institute is so important. As a provider of on-site services, Felton Institute plays a critical role in supporting the health, stability, and well-being of every single resident in this community. The team delivers a full suite of services from outreach, assessment, to case management, to helping residents access and maintain income and their benefits. They provide housing stability support, working closely with our property management team to prevent eviction and help the long-term success of residents. And just as importantly, they foster community through wellness programs, support groups, and social activities that residents feel connected, engaged, and creating a real sense of belonging. These services are foundational to the success of permanent supportive housing and to the stability of the people who live here. We're fortunate to partner with an organization that brings deep expertise and a long-standing commitment to care. We're honored to be joined by Al Gilbert, the President and CEO of Felton Institute. Under his leadership, Felton Institute has expanded its reach to more than 80,000 individuals each year, becoming internationally recognized for its innovative service models and impact. Please join me in welcoming Al Gilbert.
The mayor stole my speech. I'm just saying, what we know to be true is that the city and its partners have done an incredible job creating an incredible facility here for seniors to age. What I also know is that, those seniors who have the blessing of living a long life get to see more death, more illness, more isolation than anybody else, because that's what happens in the aging process. At Felton, we're 136 years old, so I don't think there's any seniors here who have been around as long as we have as an organization centered here in San Francisco. But one of the things that we want to do here is that if I could sing, I would do what Luther Vandross talks about when he talks about a house is not a home, but I can't sing. So consequently, not like that. So we want to make sure that the seniors living here have gotten the blessing of being in a space that is properly supported with case management, care management, clinical support, digital literacy support as well. One of the things that I know to be true is that I never want to leave being the CEO of Felton, because when I leave, I won't have my IT department to support me with all the connectivity issues that we need to do, and yet those are the exact same access and connectivities that seniors need to be healthy and happy and productive in their living environments. I want all of the Felton staff who are here to raise their hands, because many of these people are the people who are going to be providing the support to the individuals who are going to be living here. And I thank Mercy for giving us an opportunity to partner with you. Our job is to make sure that not only do we provide direct services to these individuals, that we connect them to a whole large group of partners that are all connected through the city's work and city's funding that allow us to support seniors live. The other thing that's really important for me is to recognize how much seniors have to contribute. We do employment work with seniors, but people forget that these individuals have a lot of resources that continue to provide to our community. So we're just happy to be a part of this. We use evidence-informed practices. We use evidence-based practices. We have a lot of specialty work that we do about schizophrenia, bipolar, but all kinds of other services that we support. So our job is to make sure that these seniors recognize that they're in heaven here while we live in this community and support the seniors. So we thank you for your continued support, and appreciate having the opportunity to work with Mercy here in this project.
Thank you, Al. Before we continue, I do want to acknowledge California Bank and Trust, Anton Benston, and Jake Lemkuhl. Jake is here today. Raise your hand. I think you're here today. There you are. CBT provided a $42 million tax-exempt construction loan to support this project. Absolutely essential. Thank you for your partnership on this and many projects. As you've heard, bringing 1633 to life requires very diverse financial partnerships, creativity. We're very grateful to our partners who understand how to leverage our critical tools like the low-income housing tax credit, and that's where the incredible team of the National Equity Fund, or NEF, plays an essential role. As the syndicator of tax credit equity for this development, NEF helped secure more than $27 million in investment, a foundational source of financing that made this community possible. We're grateful for their long-standing partnership with Mercy and commitment to expanding access to affordable homes across California. We're honored to be joined by a leader who's been an integral part of this work for so many years. Todd Fabian serves as managing director and team leader for the Western region. He's been with NEF since 1997 and has partnered with Mercy on so many developments throughout California, including a number here in San Francisco. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Todd Fabian.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, everybody. What a great day. So thank you. It's an honor to be here, and it's a real privilege to represent the investor on this project. This project is a little special. As Tiffany said, it's about $30 million. And we were able to cobble together over 10 different investors that contributed to this project. So I think we did a good job with their $30 million. Looks like a great project. And Mercy they did already remind me that I have an infusion of cash that's owed to them. So we will get working on that as soon as I get back to the office. These projects are very difficult to put together. I see the Mercy Brain Trust over there. Thank you. Thank you for putting these deals together. They're just so complicated. And it takes dedication. And at the end of the day, I know there's been a lot of talk. We really do it for the residents. That's why we all come to work every day. We put our heart and souls into these closings, and they're very, very difficult to do. But at the end of the day, we get to come to events like this. It's an honor to represent NEF, but at the end of the day, it's for the residents. So, Mercy, thank you again for all your hard work and continued support.
Thank you so much, Todd. I just want to double down on some things that you said. Everything we are celebrating here today is because of the residents who call 1633 Valencia home. They are truly the heart of this community, bringing energy, care, and possibility into these spaces, transforming these beautiful buildings and spaces into places where life happens. We're honored to be joined today by a resident who embodies the spirit of 1633 Valencia. Born in Torreon, Coahuila, Mexico. Muchas gracias. Nestor moved to the United States at age 18, eventually building a successful career in construction as a dedicated foreman. Naturally handy problem solver, he is equally devoted to his family as a proud father of 3 and grandfather of 8. When he isn't tackling a project, he loves staying informed by watching the news. Maybe he'll be on the news today. Please join me in welcoming Nestor Luis Ramirez.
I'm just here so I won't get fined. See? Well, I'm going to be talking about myself, my goals, all the things that I've been done here in the USA. Well, I'm going to put my glasses on because I cannot reach. See? Thank you so much for being here. My name is Nestor Ramirez, and I'm going to talk about myself, my goals, and all the beautiful things about this place at 1633 Valencia, Mercy Housing, Felton Institute, HSH, and all the staff that work here. See, They are doing a wonderful job with every single one of us. Thank you, and thank you again. I am going to tell you about a little about myself. When I came to this country, I was only 18 years old. I'm gonna read it, it'll be better. After I finished my high school, I decided to continue to stay in, to continue my career as getting a degree for getting a better life. But I found myself that I don't have any money, so I decided to come here to the USA, and that was kind of easy because I lived close to the border, and so that was so easy in a day. So I came here to San Francisco, and in a period of 2 days, I find a stable job. And but those days they were $3.75 an hour. I was making 17, so that's a big for me it was a big money. So and my goal was to be 1 year or two, so I can go back and finish a degree. But the reason that I came here and seeing all that much money, I decided not to leave. So. So then I stayed, and I added a extra couple years, and somehow I get married or something like that. You know, I met my girlfriend, and we got married. We got kids, and since then I've been here. See, and you know, in the period of time I was working in construction. I did, you know, I have no skills working, so I learned it so quick. And I learned the trade and laws and law and trade. That's what they call them. See, but in 2009, I got an injury working at a construction site. One of the co-workers kind of pushed me, and I fell down, and I broke my ankle. So that from that point, everything changed for me. See, and I gained so much weight. So I started gaining weight, and I couldn't make it to. Especially the type of life, you know, the eating system that we have, Mexicans. So, well, but anyway, in 2019, I was living on Burnham Heights, very top of Burnham Heights, with my landlord. In 2019, my landlord dies of COVID-19. And we gotta go. You know, they kick us out. After 3 months, they kick us out. So we have no place to stay. So after 3 months, I started sleeping on my bed. So it started dragging me out. And guess what? No work. The city was shut down because of COVID, and just put me down. So I started losing all my savings, all those things that comes involved. So at this point, that's what I am here, right? And up to the point that I start getting to a shelter. See, that's when I met Daniel Lurie. He came and visit there. See, and from that point, I came and visit Eduardo Nuno, a Mission Action. See, and they also helped me. And I'm the youngest one to be living here in this beautiful place. See, I feel really lucky to be here and living here, because I spent so many years on my bed, sleeping. You know, I don't sleep well. I'm kind of tall, so I don't sleep well on a bed. Since I've been here, it's just you know, it's amazing. It's wonderful. I mean, I feel like I have a better life now. See, yeah. So I'm not done. No. So I can imagine for me and by getting out, I mean, leaving this place or kicking me out by making some mistake or something. You know, there's some rules, no? And see me by myself at this age, I'm 50 years old, and maybe could be on the streets at 60 or 62. Man, I can't believe it. I don't want to be out anymore. See? And I mean, I'm disabled, permanently disabled. You don't see it, but I see myself but I can't stand too much standing up. I mean, it's amazing to be here and have a presentation. And thank you so much, Mission Action, and Mercy Housing, and HSH, and those Felton Institute. Yeah, they get a great job. They are amazing people. They treat us. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nestor, for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate you and glad you found a place home here. Now, I'd like to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the Mercy Housing California team, whose expertise, passion, and dedication brought this project to life. Folks on our real estate development team, they're out in force here. We've got Claire Murphy, Chris Hasnick, Stephanie Ma, Ramey Dare, Michael Kaplan, Ed Holder, Sharon Kristen, Barbara Gualco, she's still a Mercyite, and of course, Mercy's former president. I owe a debt of gratitude to Doug Shoemaker, who was really instrumental in positioning 1633 for long-term success. Thank you, Doug. And thank you to the entire team for guiding this community from concept to completion. Our property and asset management staff, they were settled and in place 6 months before we got TCO. That's why it's humming. Kirk Larson, Barbara Crane, Imad Al-Bukhari, Matteo Malesi, Iris Chen, Luis Oyala, Narisi Beasley, Shelton Jackson, Terrence Holyfield, Adri Gurzo, Nancy Rivera, Joanna Escobar, Brenda Acevas, and Anthony Bonini. Thank you for your stewardship and your care for these residents. These folks are here day in and day out. Certainly our resident services team, Jen Fu, Malia King, and Samantha Hogg on our portfolio side, our PSH guru, along with our incredible partners at Felton, Catherine Spenceley, Hector, Amy Yu. Thank you for strengthening connection and opportunity for our community members. I do want to give a shout out to our philanthropy and comms team, Adam Badwound, Mark Bayless, Nina Nawab Tarani, Jessica Seski, Monica Jang. Thank you for elevating the impact of this incredible work and our partnership here together. I know he's here. We saw our trusted attorneys, Gabin Barchet, Evan Gross. He's here somewhere. Here today, we really appreciate your expert guidance, steadfast partnership throughout this process, your incredible counsel. You help bring this community to fruition. And certainly our Mercy Housing California board, our former chair, Ellen Jameson, is right here. Thank you and the entire board for your leadership and your steadfast resolve in our mission. We're really, truly inspired to work alongside each and every one of you. And you've heard me talk about a lot of partners. There are even more. So please do me a favor, scan that QR code on the back of your program. Many of you in this audience today directly contributed to the success and ongoing success of this project. So we appreciate you. We thank you so much. We're very grateful for your partnership. So at this time, it's a wrap. I know we made it. We'd like to invite everyone to kind of join us, gather around for the ribbon cutting. We'll do it right here in the courtyard. And please, please do stay afterward for tours. They'll start in the back of the courtyard, and we've got incredible refreshments that'll be served in the community room. So thank you all. Appreciate you.
Gracias.